Officials in the German city of Hamburg say the gunman who shot dead 7 people at a Jehovah's Witness meeting hall on Thursday was a former member of the religious group. It's believed that the attacker killed himself shortly after a specialist police unit stormed the building. Our correspondent Jenny Hill is in Hamburg. Jenny, what more can you tell us?
Well, the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said the violence perpetrated here has left him stunned. And I think that's a sentiment echoed by many, certainly in the area immediately around the meeting hall. The revelations which have been coming out in the last 24 hours, I think, have really compounded the sense of shock and grief here. We now know, as you say, that the killer was indeed a former member of the Jehovah's Witness community, that he had left voluntarily but on bad terms a year or so back. We now know, too, that he stormed that hall on Thursday evening, shooting around 100 times as members of the community were gathered there in worship. And we also now know that the authorities here in Hamburg had received quite recently an anonymous tip-off, a letter which claimed that the killer, who was a licensed gun owner, he was permitted to own the weapon that he used here, but that he had mental instability and that he also harboured anger towards Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, the authorities say that they carried out a check on the basis of that anonymous tip-off. They went to see him, but they said there was no reason to take any further action. This is, I think it's fair to say now, a city in mourning. There are floral tributes left at the base, at the entrance of the meeting hall behind me there. And as I say, the sense of shock, the sense of grief is almost palpable. People just coming, standing, looking very quietly at the meeting hall, reflecting on what we now know happened there on Thursday night.
Jenny, thank you very much indeed. Jenny Hill there joining us.